Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on this show to talk about the final NFL wildcard game from this wildcard weekend as we move on to the divisional round. But before that, what's their final wildcard game here? The Texans outscore the Pittsburgh Steelers 30-6 in the fourth quarter. Absolutely dominated. They got two defensive touchdowns, I believe. One from Sheldon Rankins off the fumble. The pick six there by, I believe, Bullock, if I'm not mistaken. They had a rushing touchdown from, I believe it was Woody Marks. And they also had a field goal by Cammy Fairbairn. So yeah, 23-0 in that fourth quarter. It was pretty boring for most of it, honestly. It was 7-6 through three quarters. Like, it went from a boring game just to a blowout. A stunning blowout. But what a performance by their defense on the road, man. Kind of expected this, honestly. I was kind of like, we ain't got our huge playoff blowout yet. And unfortunately, I mean, I like seeing the Steelers lose, but I was hoping it'd be a good game. It was boring through three quarters, and then they just got their ass kicked in the fourth quarter. I'm not going to complain about seeing the Steelers get their ass kicked. I thought it would be a good game, at least. It was really a defensive battle for three quarters, and then the Houston defense gets two touchdowns. But with the Steelers, man, they've now lost 7 straight playoff games, and they've been outscored 224 to 137 in those games. But let's give credit to the Houston defense, man. They've been elite, really, all year. They had that 0-3 start, and then they only lost 2 games the rest of the regular season. Their defense has just been so good that even if their offense isn't doing anything, it's just their defense is able to win them games, man. And the running game was really good tonight. Woody Marks, 19 runs, 112 yards, and a touchdown. He's now the third player in franchise history with 100-plus rushing yards. With 100-plus rushing yards. With 100-plus rushing yards and fourth most yards and attempts. Yard/attempt, ATT. I guess it means attempts by a rookie in a playoff game in NFL history. So shout out to Woody Marks. He was phenomenal tonight. That offensive line was really good. The Steelers' run defense was absolutely terrible. When the Texans ran the ball, they could just ran the ball the whole game, honestly. But there was no energy at this Steelers game tonight. Just no energy. And Mike Tomlin's 0-7 in his last 7 playoff games. It might be time, man. Like, they've now lost each of their last 7 playoff games dating back to the 2016 AFC Championship game. The longest losing streak in franchise history. The last 5 games have been overly competitive because they've lost by double digits. Here's the thing. Like, it would be different if these were competitive. I'm not saying still losing makes it any better, but if these games were competitive, I mean, this one was competitive through three quarters, but their defense gave the offense multiple opportunities. It's just the thing is, this game didn't even end up competitive. And tonight, that interception could have been Aaron Rodgers' last pass of his NFL career. The Steelers need to clean house. Like, to me, they should get rid of Arthur Smith, Mike Tomlin. The truth is that Mike Tomlin hasn't been a top 8 head coach in a long time. Getting you to 9-8, getting you to 10-7 every year, 9-8. You get your doors blown off every wild card round. Isn't impressive to me. It's not. Oh, they don't have a losing season and all this other shit. Does it really matter if you're getting your ass blown out in the wild card every year? If he were on any other franchise besides the Steelers, he would have been fired after 2021. He's been a top 10 to 12 head coach, like, consistent behind a group of play callers. I don't know, man. Like, it's just not impressive either with the quarterbacks. You know, like final year Big Ben, Kenny Pickett, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, 35-year-old Aaron Rodgers, or the fuck. But also, it's the thing is, has the quarterbacks impressive? No. But if you're an elite head coach, you would be able to find a way to win, no matter who your fucking quarterback is. But the thing is also they don't really have that good of weapons. Like, Arthur Smith doesn't even target DK Metcalf. Like, he doesn't even call plays to target him. Like, he had three or four targets early on. I don't think he got targeted again the rest of the game. If he did, it was like one, but I don't think he got targeted the rest of the game. Maybe it's time to move on if your coach hasn't won a playoff game since the Obama administration. Legit, they haven't won a fucking playoff game since the Obama administration. They are the first team in NFL history to lose 5 consecutive playoff games by double digits. I want someone to make a case to me why Mike Thomas should return in 2026. No other coach would get this much patience. And if Pittsburgh brings Aaron Rodgers back, yeah, good luck with that. You should get rid of Arthur Smith and Mike Tomlin, if you ask me. The Steelers were +2 in the turnover differential, and they were getting their doors blown off after in the fourth quarter. And once it got to the fourth quarter, this game was 7-6, mind you. It was a 1-point game heading into the fourth quarter because C.J. Stroud went full retard for 3 quarters. He was up and down, like he couldn't handle snaps. He fumbled like 3 times. He threw an interception, and he was better in the second half. But it was really the defense that won the Texans this game. So shout out to the Texans defense, man. They've been the best defense really all season. After the first few weeks, like the running game was really strong tonight. They averaged like 5 yards a carry. C.J. Stroud was better in the second half, but I mean it's hard to be worse than what he was in the first half. The defense really carried this Houston team though tonight. Pittsburgh's defense was good through was good tonight, pretty good as well. But the offense gives up 2 touchdowns. But I don't think if anyone tells me I'm done for thinking the Steelers should get rid of Mike Tomlin, I don't know what the hell to say to you. But just what a job this team has done, man. Like, defensively, you have Will Anderson, Daniel Hunter, Derek Stingley, Jalen Petrie. All this talent defensively, man. C.J. Stroud has to be better, though. Because, I mean, he had like 2 or 3 turnovers tonight. Way too many bonehead decisions. The game wouldn't have even been close to begin with if he was just average. He made some big plays for Christian Kirk, though, in the second half, I will say. Yeah, man, they're so talented defensively. But offensively, they have to be better because I don't think they have a shot against the Patriots unless their defense just holds up the entire game and they can just try and get field goals. Like, Nico Collins suffered a concussion tonight, and it's a short week. I don't know if he's going to be able to play. So if they don't have Nico Collins, it's going to be tough. It really is. Like, C.J. Stroud in the first 35 minutes of this game, 1 interception, had, I think, 3 or 4 fumbles and 2 fumbles lost. In the first 35 minutes, it's funny because they could run the ball every play, honestly. Like, they could run the ball every play and dominate this game. Man, they had like 4 or 5 fumbles and still won. That's insane. Because you read these stats in the first 35 minutes, you think I'd be coming on here saying, oh, the Texans lost this game here tonight. But no. Like, and with the Steelers, their offensive roster has been putrid for years. It's also a thing, they don't really build a good offensive roster. Like, DK Metcalf hasn't really done shit this year, honestly, for the most part. Like, they don't really target him that much. It's kind of weird because they pay him a lot of money. And did they pay Freiermuth a lot? They don't really use him that too often. Like, they'll throw it to him a few times, but it's not like they do it a lot. But I don't know, like, they shouldn't have tried to throw the ball as much as they have. Just run the damn ball. Call for safe and easy plays. Like, no, they didn't need to push the ball down the field. Like, gonna have 5 turnovers, like, 4 or 5 turnovers and still win. Because their defense is that damn good. But the Steelers, I gotta ask you, how much more can Steelers fans take, dude? 9 straight seasons without a playoff win, 6 straight trips without a playoff win from 2017 to 2025. Their roster hasn't been good. I'm not, you can say, oh, I'm not sure what you're expecting to happen. What do you mean what I expect? Tomlin built the roster. Tell him to build a better roster and get better quarterbacks. And they've trailed by 21 plus points in the last 7 playoff games. Never a losing season. Fucking morons. And then they kept running the ball on first down. Like, another Steelers drive got killed because they, by first down run for a loss. You lose 2. They're averaging 2.6 yards per carry. Yet Arthur Smith just seems to start every series with a first down run when they can't do anything with those first down runs. This is how Arthur Smith's offense just is. It's just the truth. And the Texans defense 1 point, I think defense had outscored the Steelers offense now at 1 point like 7-6. I think it was like, what, 14-6 they outscored? The defense outscored the Steelers offense. Embarrassing, man. And then they call a run on 2nd and 10, down 4 points in the 4th quarter. You lose 2 yards, 3rd and 12. Sacked, fumble, touchdown. The Arthur Smith special, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine your opponent having 5 fumbles in a game, C.J. Stroud, and your team's losing by 11 in the 4th quarter. Arthur Smith is absolute garbage. But yeah, this was a trash game. It was a low-scoring defensive battle through 3 quarters, then 23 points in the 4th quarter. So let's go to the stat sheet. Houston, they scored 30 points. They improved to 13-5. 0 points in the 1st quarter, 7 in the 2nd quarter, 0 in the 3rd quarter, 23 in the 4th quarter. Pittsburgh drops to 10 and, I believe, 8-10 their season, 6 points. 3 in the 1st quarter, 3 in the 2nd quarter, 0 in the 3rd quarter, 0 in the 4th quarter. Let's go to the team stats. Stroud, 21-32, 250, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Woody Marks, 19 for 112 and a touchdown, 5.9 a carry. Nick Chubb, 10 runs, 48 yards, 4.8 a carry receiving. Christian Kirk, 8 catches, 144 and a touchdown. Jane Higgins, 3 for 39. Hutchinson, 2 for 21. Collins, 3 for 21. Stover, 2 for 13. Schultz, 3 for 12. Stroud had 5 fumbles, lost 2, recovered 3. Defensively, they had 4 sacks, 8 TFLs, a pick 6 from Kalen Bullock. Cammy Fairbairn, 1 for 1 on field goals. Rodgers was 17-33, 146, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Jalen Warren, 12 for 43. Gainwell, 6 for 20. Metcalf, 2 for 42. Scantling, 3 for 26. Gainwell, 4 for 26. Thielen, 2 for 25. And Freiermuth, 1 for 18. Rodgers had 2 fumbles, recovered 1. 1 was lost for a touchdown. Defensively, they had 3 sacks, 3 TFLs. Brandon Echols with an interception. Chris Boswell, 2 for 2 on field goals. And now let's go over your team stats in this wild card weekend, ladies and gentlemen. For the Texans, 21 first downs. They were 10-15 on 3rd down. Super efficient. 0 for 0 on 4th down. 66 total plays. 408 total yards. 6 yards per play. 7 yards per pass. 164 rushing yards on 31 attempts. 5 per carry. 2 for 3 in the red zone. 6 penalties for 44 yards. 3 turnovers with 2 fumbles and interception. 32 minutes time possession. They had 2 special team defensive touchdowns. Steelers 13 first down, 2 for 14 on 3rd down, 2 for 3 on 4th down, 56 total yards, 56 total plays, 175 total yards, 3 yards per play, 2 yards per pass, 63 rushing yards on 18 attempts, 3.5 carries, 0 for 2 in the red zone, 3 penalties for 24 yards, 2 turnovers with 1 fumble interception, 27 minutes of time of possession. But yeah, that's all to say here in this video, so leave a like, subscribe for more, until next time, out a lot. Peace, wild card's over. Next up, the NFL Divisional Round.